When I was just starting my agency in the gym niche, I didn't know what I was doing. And specifically in terms of pricing, I probably did the stupidest thing that I could do. I had a setup fee between zero, so sometimes I'll just do it free, $0 and $250 at the very most. And then from that, I had a pay per show offer. That was very, very cheap, between $20 and $30. And so this fucked me up completely because I would sign a client with zero setup or a very low setup, and they would take 2 weeks on board. So they just wouldn't do the work. They have no incentive, they have no reason to actually come on board. Them saying, okay, let's do it, to a free offer doesn't mean anything at all. I had countless people that said, okay, let's do it, to the free offer, and then just never came back. And from talking to hundreds, if not thousands, of agency owners over the past few years, it's very clear to see that the majority of you have some type of limiting beliefs, some type of kind of misconstrued paradigms around pricing and how pricing is going to work, especially if you're an early stage agency owner, like I was, making that stupid mistake that I was. So if you don't know, I'm Matt, I built an agency and now I'm building a coaching business, basically teaching people what I did with the agency and still do with the coaching business. And the entire goal with what we do with the coaching is we help early stage agency owners hit that ticket more. But I have 3 things right here, 3 mistakes that you'll probably make. Okay, so I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Let's jump straight into it. The first one is limiting beliefs and looking at the market. So that's kind of a 2-in-1 here. First of all, limiting beliefs. If you're new to the agency space and you don't really know much about anything, you're going to think something like $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 is a lot of money. Perfect example. I was on a call with somebody before and we were talking about a product that he should invest in that was around $700 per month. Just by that, he was immediately blown away. He couldn't really fathom any pricing that was higher than $100 or $200 per month. And anything above that, just a crazy time. He would never buy anything that's like that. You know, with that in mind, what do you think his pricing was? Of course, it was like $300 a month. A lot of people coming into the agency space have big limiting beliefs about charging high ticket. And this is purely just fear and just misunderstanding. And the important thing, for not only this, but the other 2 mistakes as well, is value. Money is made when value is created for your client. And if you want to create value is created when pain is alleviated. So if you can solve a lot of pain and create a lot of value, you're going to be deserving of 4, if not 5-figure months in retainer. So that's the first thing. It's just getting over that limiting belief that you can't charge high ticket. And the same way, it's kind of similar to that. That's why I kind of kept it in the same one, is looking at the market. What this is going to do is create more of those faulty bad beliefs. So if you're an agency owner in the e-com niche and you just go look at your competitor's website and they have that pricing on their website and they have 3 different packages and it's like, $750, $1,250, $2,000, then immediately 3 big things have gone wrong. First of all, this agency has that pricing on their website, which is a big no. And so just by doing that, that's going to make it so that you think you should, right? So in terms of anything, website, offer, pricing, service level, do not copy and paste. It's just a setup for failure. And it's a setup to make you look like every single other thousands and thousands of other copy and paste agencies that are in the niche. Do not look at your competitors. Not for pricing, not for anything. The second issue is that they have 3 packages. And the third issue is that it's relatively low ticket, especially for the e-com niche. And so by looking at that, and looking at a few of them similar, you're going to think that that's the right thing to do, right? Which it is. You need to completely get rid of all the limiting beliefs that you have around pricing, where you think, oh, I can't charge 1,000, I can't charge 5,000, that's too much money. It's not. All that matters is the value you're providing, and if you're providing a lot of value, it makes sense to charge high ticket prices. Then after that, the second big mistake that I see a lot of agencies making is not knowing about or just not understanding the virtuous versus vicious cycle of price, okay? And this is something that's created by our technology. So when you increase your price, your emotional investment of your clients increase, your perceived value increases, your results increase, your clients' demandingness decreases, your revenue for fulfillment per customer, meaning how much money you can spend to get your clients' results, increases. Not only that, for your business, your profit increases, perceived value of self increases, perception of impact and results increases, your service level increases, and your sales team promotion increases. And of course, when you lower the price, it's all in reverse. They will decrease, besides the demandingness, which will increase. This kind of cycle of pricing tells you one thing. There is nothing wrong with charging high ticket. And just to put it very simply, everything gets better when you charge more money, and everything gets worse when you charge less money. The clients are more demanding, they're more needy, they're more annoying, they leave bad reviews, they're not as incentivized to put in the work. And then number 3, the final thing, and this isn't so much to do with pricing, but how you position your pricing, is an incentive-based pricing. And this is so important and I see near enough nobody doing this nowadays. And what incentive-based pricing is, let's say you charge $1,000 per month. What you would frame it as, if you're on a call with somebody, then you would say, okay, so typically what we would do is we would charge a $5,000 setup fee, and then from there, it's $1,000 per month. But if you were to make the decision to move forward on today, we have something called incentive-based pricing. You could just remove the setup fee, and it's $1K to start, and then from there, we'll get them. But as I said, I'll really only be open to giving this offer if you were to move forward on this call. Giving a real monetary incentive to move forward on the call, right? If there's no incentive to move forward on the call, what's going to happen? I need to think about it. I need to spend some time to go over it. Okay, of course it's going to happen. And you're an idiot if you don't expect that to happen. If you don't have any incentive for them to make the decision to move forward on the call. So there's kind of two ways that you can go about this. Either incentive-based pricing, like I just told you, or an incentive-based guarantee, where you say it's a $3,000 setup fee, and then it's $1,000 a month. But with the way this guarantee works, if you don't get X, Y, Z results, we give you A, we give you B, and we give you C. However, what we found is that clients who make the decision to move forward on the first call always get way better results with us, right? And so with that in mind, I would only be open to giving a guarantee if you were to come on board right now in the school, because that just means you're an action taker, and we are definitely going to be able to get these results, right? You need to have some type of incentive, whether it's in your pricing or in your guarantees, to give a reason for your clients to come on the first call. If you're doing sales calls, you want a one-call close. You don't want them to go and think about it, to go away and talk to whoever about it. You want to incentivize decisions that happen on the first call. Just to recap, first of all, you need to fucking completely rid yourself of those limiting beliefs that you have, and don't look at your market for your pricing. What you need to do, and this is the same with creating a service, creating anything else, you define the niche, you find the pain point in the niche, you kind of define how you would solve it, so what the service would look like, then you define how valuable that is, and then you make your pricing. Right? Obviously, you're going to make sure price to value discrepancy, your price is lower than the value you're getting. Right? When you get to this stage, this is the stage cancellation point where people start leaving. Keep the value very high so you can put the price to hit. If you're giving $25,000 worth of value per month, then it's okay to charge $5,000 per month, because there's still 5x discrepancy there. So make sure you're raising your value so you can raise your price. And then virtuous versus vicious cycle, as you already know, hormonesy, everything gets better when you increase the price, everything gets worse when you decrease. And then finally, use incentive-based pricing or incentive-based guarantees. And if you are an early stage agency owner, meaning you're making between 0 and 5K per month, then the first thing in the description is for you. So that, obviously, please do all these stuff, like, comment, subscribe, and please do actually specifically comment what you want to see. I want to make some videos specifically, answering and replying to comments. If you have questions or pain around any specific area in the agency space, let me know, and I'll make a video about it. That said, see you next time.